Hello today, my dear viewer. Back to October's Celebrations, where we scour the history of Roblox for your entertainment. Today I have a case of a quite lighthearted and enjoyable experience, so let's just cut to the chase. Turis Ascensionem, or as I will be calling it, Turis Ascensionem, is a game in which you play the role of a construction worker, climbing a spire to continue working on construction to complete your job for the day. You have a coworker to appease, a big pit to not fall into, and a door you can't enter. Weird. Anyways, you parkour up said spire, clearing jumps, swinging on less stable grounds, and wall jumping up ladders. At least that's what I think they are. All for the sake of labor. The game doesn't provide much substance in its gameplay, being a glorified obby. However, what it does do is create an excellent atmosphere. The sun casts a gorgeous yellow ray of light onto the bluish-white spire, creating an awesome blend of the three colors. The shadows cut through it all like a pair of scissors. The fog makes everything feel centered around you where you are at the moment, making every second feel like this world revolves around your mission. The music is calm and relaxed, giving everything this trippy nostalgic feel. After all, when you're taking music from Donkey Kong Country 2, you're bound to get that feeling. And to top it all off, the simplistic old Roblox art style here makes everything blend together, giving you a constant feeling of nostalgia every jump of the way. And combined with everything else, it just takes me back, man. Back to when times were simpler, when we took stuff for granted, and we only cared about having fun. Can you tell I'm a sucker for atmosphere? Okay, but enough about that. Let's get back to the game. After a very pleasant walk through this excellently crafted world, you reach the top. Staring the yellow guiding light in the face, you're given a message. Ascended the spire. I wish you were all here to see my achievement. I miss you all, but don't worry. I'll be there soon. Back to work I go. Quite cryptic message, but hey, our little buddy's accepting his new life and is doing his job with glee. So there's that. Well, that was short, but fun. You know, now that we're done with our job, and that door seems leading downwards, maybe, just maybe... You thought you were done? Well, you probably did if you saw the title and thumbnail and the timer remaining, whatever. Let's just see what lies within. Alright, here we go. So remember all that talk of atmosphere being pretty and whatever? Yeah, throw that all out the window. Welcome to the Shadow Realm. The first part of the oncoming storm is meant to ease you in. And hey, it works. With nothing but dim lights and the sound of your jumping, everything feels empty and alone. And not in a you're about to get jump scared sort of way. More like a, oh shit, what the fuck is going on sort of way. You reach a room with a locker and you can climb in. And I wonder why I want to use this. You can actually get a first and third person view in this locker. And the first person view feels much safer, while the third person view feels a lot more anxious but useful. After reaching much more lit rooms, you tilt to hide, as something is approaching, and not to leave until you know it's gone. You finally get to see that red light. That damn red light. And as it leaves, you have no choice but to descend further. Here, my dear viewer, is where the nightmare starts. In these dimly lit halls, there are only empty rooms and lockers to protect yourself from that thing. You have to collect the key to reach the outside, as the light pierces the windows, taunting you with freedom in this hell. Said key is in one of the various rooms, making a dim light, and creating static sounds when near. Remember the red light? Well, that thing is actually, whatever that is, and it doesn't behave how you think. You would think that a monster that makes slow, clear ticking sounds as it moves, with the red light it creates seemingly moving slow, which, you know, moves slow. But no, it moved at Mach 1 and is always pacing around, and because of how the noise it makes isn't very clear to the player on revealing its location, and due to the third-person camera not being very big, it means you have no idea where that thing is until it spots you, or it runs right past you. You could say that lockers are protection would make things easier for you, but the thing is, since you don't know how far away it is, you don't know if it's safe to leave until it stops making noise. And because of the relatively small size of this place, you don't exactly have much time of peace and quiet. Even when it does run right past you, you don't know where it's going to go, or where it went after like a few seconds, so you're basically just doing guesswork. So this being is basically a massive paranoia-inducing red clump of blocks looking to make your life hell. Or if you're caught, inanimate them. All of this while you're trying to collect a key and maneuver around to get out of here, and you've got one hell of a ride, kid. The only real saving grace is that when it's close, it will start to make a, how do I say this? Distorted, squashed and slow version of the bounce sound. This means you'll be even more paranoid, however, so yeah, not exactly the most helpful. Once again, atmosphere plays a big role in this game. You are constantly hiding and walking through these dimly lit halls, with the red light being an ever-looming reminder that you are not safe here, and that this thing is practically everywhere at once. With the old Roblox art style still in play, the halls feel more like a ghost town of an area once booming with visitors, now nothing more than a mini hell zone for our little friend here. As you wander through the halls, they will grow bigger, wider, and create more branching paths, as paranoia sets in further, for us to be concerned every second you venture through this place. I mean, what if it comes out of nowhere and charges our poor little guy? Eventually though, you'll find your key, then you can finally get out of this place. Oh no. Yeah, you're in for the long haul, my dear viewer. So, what we have is this endless nightmare where you can only hide in lockers and open rooms from this thing that you can never know when will show up. Trying to find fake keys all around a small set of hallways, all in a vain attempt to escape. But does that mean we'll give up? No! We're gonna show this bitch he can't keep us contained. No matter how many fakes we go through, or how long we have to stay in these lockers, we will find the real key. We'll search through this entire building, stay away from that thing, find the real key, and get the fuck out. This is liberating. I don't know what else to say. The bittersweet music, the light finally piercing through that hell, the sun guiding us to freedom. It's all over. It can't hurt you anymore. And so, you win. You finally conquered that demon. With one last message from our friend. I did it. I took it head on. I survived. I hope to still meet you all soon. Time to push on. So, only one question remaining. What does all of this mean? Personally, I feel our character is a man who suffers from paranoia about something. That's what I could gather at least. About the obby, some have speculated it's representative of the problems externally, and the dungeon's internal problems. Think of the music again. It's calm and reassuring, assuring that you can beat this. No, you will beat this. The hallways have no music, only the sounds of the source of the fear. Now, the monster is harder to understand. For some clues, let's look back to the jump scare. The screen says, I gave you life, I gave you soul, I gave you will, I gave you an escape. I made you inanimatesome. Inanimatesome is a Latin word. It means a lifeless inanimate, as you could guess. Now with those other lines of consideration, this creature, in my eyes, is the incarnation of death. to our character at least. Think of the bad you get for beating this hell. Acceptance. Acceptance that this character will one day die, but still pushes on. Both ending messages have to do with death. In the first, I wish you were all here to see my achievement. I miss you all, but don't worry, I'll be there soon. And in the second, I hope to still meet you all soon. Time to push on. So our character has loved ones who have died, and meeting them soon means dying. In both of these situations, it's bright out, and there is plenty of warm light, reassuring us that it's gonna be okay. In the dark halls, there's still the exit windows showing our character a little light, a little hope, a little acceptance. The monster is always super close by, and can be behind every corner, just like death. And so we hide in our safe spots. We sit there, pondering our next move. We haven't yet accepted that death is just inevitable. We're worrying about where it is, when it's safe to move out, how we should act to avoid it for as long as we can. When the doors finally open, well, it's just accepting that we can't prevent death. So the monster leaves. It's not that it got erased. It was always there. It's just that it materialized in our head into a different form when we started to fear it. When we accept death, it becomes one with the light again, and continues being everywhere at once. By being Turis Ascensionem, our character is taking the ascension, just like the name says, ascension, from the fear of death and acceptance. Or that's what I would like to believe, for that is only one theory for what lies within. Well, that's all for today, my dear viewer. Hope you liked this video. Subscribe, like, whatever you wish. See you all next time on October's Celebrations.